Adventurous kids explore with education and learning what a wildlife is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovering Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West. Adventurous kids, learning and fun. Adventurous kids!
Today we are going to
tell you about North Carolina.
North Carolina is a state located in the southeastern region of the United States. North Carolina is the 28th largest and 9th most popular of the 50 United States. It is bordered by Virginia to the north, the Atlantic Ocean to the east, Georgia and South Carolina to the south, and Tennessee to the west. Raleigh is the state's capital, and Charlotte is its largest city. The Charlotte metropolitan area, with an estimated population of 2,569,213 in 2018, is the most populous metropolitan area in North Carolina, the 23rd most populous state in the United States, and the largest banking center in the nation after New York City.
Various people to live in what is now North Carolina were hunters and gatherers at least 10,000 years ago. Over the years, many Native American tribes called the area home, including the Cherokee, Woodland, and Mississippian tribes. Europeans first came to North Carolina in the 1500s, and it became the 12th colony in 1789, just after America declared its independence from Great Britain. North Carolina seceded from the country on May 20th, 1861. It was one of 11 states that made up the Confederate States of America, fighting against the Union during the Civil War.
North Carolina got the nickname the Tar Heel State because workers here used to sell tar, pitch, turpentine from the state's longleaf pine trees to be used in wooden ships. Legend has it that some British soldiers were slowed down when they stepped in sticky North Carolina tar during the Revolutionary War.
The pirate Blackbeard called North Carolina home and spent time ransacking ships off the coast in the early 1700s. In 1799, a shiny nugget twinkled in the North Carolina mountains and became the first gold discovered in what is now the United States. Fast forward about a century to see brother inventors Wilbur and Orville complete the first successful airplane ride in the dunes of Kitty Hawk, North Carolina in 1903. That's why the state's license plates and quarters read first in flight and first flight respectively. 20 of famous folks were born in North Carolina too, including jazz pianist Thelonious Monk, President James K. Polk, and maybe President Andrew Jackson. He was born on the border of North and South Carolina.
North Carolina averages fewer than 20 tornadoes per year, many of them produced by hurricanes or tropical storms along the coastal plain. Tornadoes from thunderstorms are a risk, especially in the eastern part of the state. Western Piedmont is often protected by the mountains, which tend to break up storms as they try to cross over. The storms will often reform farther east. A phenomenon known as cold air damming often occurs in the northwest part of the state, which can weaken storms but can also lead to major ice events in winter. In April 2011, the worst tornado outbreak in North Carolina history occurred. Authorities confirmed tornadoes touched down mainly in the eastern Piedmont and Sand Hills, killing at least 24 people. In September 2019, Hurricane Dorian hit the area.
The western section of the state is part of the Appalachian mountain range. Among the subranges of the Appalachian mountains located in the state are the Great Smoky Mountains, Blue Ridge Mountains, and Black Mountains. The Black Mountains are the highest in the eastern United States and culminate in Mount Mitchell at 6,684 feet. The highest point east of the Mississippi River, Wasatch Falls, in Macon County, North Carolina, has 17 major river basins, 5 basins west of the Blue Ridge Mountains flow to the Gulf of Mexico, while the remainder flow to the Atlantic Ocean. Of the 17 basins, 11 originate within the state of North Carolina, but only 4 are contained entirely within the state's border: the Cape Fear, the Neuse, the White Oak, and the Tar-and-Wico Basin.
The largest home in the United States is the Biltmore Estate, Nashville, North Carolina. Another nickname is the Old North State. 3 presidents were born in North Carolina. They are James K. Polk, Andrew Jackson, Andrew Johnson. The first public university in the United States was the University of North Carolina. The Venus flytrap has only been found natively in North Carolina and South Carolina. Nicknamed the Tar Heel State. Statehood 1989. State. State bird, cardinal. Eastern gray squirrel was designated the official state mammal of North Carolina in 1969. The flag of the state of North Carolina was adopted by the statute of the North Carolina General Assembly in 1885. The North Carolina flag, the blue union, containing in the center thereafter white star with the letter N built on the left side, the letter E, and built on the right side, a shade star, circle containing same to be 1/3 the width of the union.
North Carolina has a very diverse economy because of its great availability of hydroelectric power, its pleasant climate, and its wide variety of soils. North Carolina leads the nation in the production of tobacco, textiles, and furniture. Charlotte, the state's largest city, is a major textile and trade center. Science, technology, energy, and math industries in the area surrounding North Carolina's capital have grown 17.9% since 2001. North Carolina is the leading U.S. state in production of blue tobacco and sweet potatoes, and comes second in the farming of pigs and hogs, trout, and turkeys. North Carolina also ranked second in the production of Christmas trees.
Transportation systems in North Carolina consist of air, water, road and rail, and public transportation include rail via Amtrak and light rail. In Charlotte, North Carolina has the second largest state highway in the country, as well as the largest ferry system on the East Coast. North Carolina's airports serve destinations throughout the United States and international destinations in Canada, Europe, and Central America and the Caribbean. In 2013, Charlotte Douglas International Airport ranked 23rd as the 23rd busiest airport in the world. North Carolina has a growing passenger rail system with the Amtrak serving most major cities. Charlotte is also home to North Carolina's only light rail system known as Lynx.
Every year, the Appalachian Mountains attracts several million tourists to the western part of the state, including the historic Baltimore State, the scenic Blue Ridge Parkway, and Great Smoky Mountains National Park are the 2 most visited national parks and unit in the United States, with over 25 million visitors in 2013. The city of Nashville is consistently voted as one of the top places to visit and live in the United States, known for its rich art, Deco architecture, mountaineering, and outdoor activities, and liberal and happy residents in Raleigh. Many tourists visit the capital, African American Cultural Complex, Contemporary Art Museum of Raleigh, Gregg Museum of Art and Design at NCSU, Haywood Hall House and Gardens, Kids Museum, North Carolina Museum of Art, North Carolina Museum of History, North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences, North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame, Raleigh City Museum, J.C. Ralston Arboretum, Joel Lane House, Mordecai House, Montfort Hall, and the Pope House Museum. Carolina Hurricanes NHL hockey team is also located in the city in the Charlotte area. Amenities include Carolina Panthers NFL football team and Charlotte Hornets basketball team, Bruins Amusement Park, Charlotte Motor Speedway, U.S. National Whitewater Center, and the Discovery Place nearby Concord has the Great Wolf Lodge and Sea Life Aquarium. The mainland, northeastern part of the state, having adopted the name the Inner Banks, is also known as the Albemarle region or the Albemarle settlements. Some of the first settlements on North Carolina's portion of the Atlantic coastal plain. The region's historic sites are connected by the historic Albemarle Tor.
North Carolina provides a large range of recreational activities, from swimming at the beach to skiing in the mountains. North Carolina offers fall colors, freshwater and saltwater fishing, hunting, bird watching, agritourism, ATV trails, ballooning, rock climbing, hiking, skiing, boating, sailing, camping, canoeing, caving, spelunking, gardening, laboratoriums. North Carolina has theme parks, aquariums, museums, historic sites, lighthouses, elegant theaters, concert halls, and fine dining. North Carolinians enjoy outdoor recreation, utilizing numerous local bike paths, 34 state parks, and 14 national parks. North Carolina has rich traditions in art, music, and cuisine. Nonprofit arts and culture industry generates $1.2 billion in direct economic activity in North Carolina, supporting more than 43,000 full-time equivalent jobs and generating $119 million in revenue for the local government in the state of North Carolina. North Carolina established the North Carolina Museum of Art as the first major museum collection in the country to be formed by state legislation, and funding continues to bring millions in the NC economy. One of the most famous arts communities in the state is Seagrove, the handmade pottery capital of the U.S., where artisans create handcrafted pottery, inspired by the same traditions that began in this community more than 200 years ago, with nearly 100 shops and galleries scattered throughout the area. Visitors can find everything from traditional tableware, folk and collectible art pieces, and historical reproductions.
North Carolina boasts a large number of noteworthy jazz musicians, some among the most important in the history of the genre. These include John Coltrane, Hamlet High Point, Thelonious Monk, Rocky Mount, Billy Taylor, Greenville, Woody Shaw, Warren Berg, Will Donaldson, Durham, Max Roach, Newland, Buffalo, Greensboro, Albert Jimmy and Percy Hill, Wilmington, Nina Simone Ryan, Billy Strayhorn, Hillsboro. North Carolina is also famous for its tradition of old-time music, and many recordings were made in the early 20th century by folks on Collector, Bascom Lamar, Buns Ford. Musicians such as the North Carolina Ramblers helped solidify the sound of country music in the late 1920s, while the influential bluegrass musician Doc Watson also hailed from North Carolina.
The culinary staple of North Carolina is pork barbecue. Krispy Kreme, an international chain of donut stores, was started in North Carolina company's headquarters are in Winston-Salem. Pepsi Cola. Was first produced in 1998. New Bern. Tobacco was one of the first major industries to develop after the Civil War. Many farmers grew some tobacco. Several ships have been named after the state. Most famous is the USS North Carolina, a World War II battleship. The ship served several battles against the forces of Imperial Japan during the Pacific Theater during the war. Now decommissioned, it is part of the USS North Carolina Battleship Memorial in Wilmington. Another USS North Carolina nuclear attack submarine commissioned in Wilmington, North Carolina on May 3rd, 2008. North Carolina. Thank you for watching
This episode of Adventurous Kids. Man.
What did you learn today?
Adventurous Kids.
Adventurous kids!
What was the most interesting fact?
Adventurous kids!
Adventurous Kids.
Adventurous kids!